Free Japan Channel number 60. Today, February 14th, Saint Valentine Day in Japan, 2025. The time is 6 a.m., so before the dawn. In February, the night is breaking and the eastern sky is now clearing. This morning, the full moon is shining still now in the western sky. Therefore, I woke up earlier than usual, and I broadcast this FGC this morning. Dear friends, good morning. How are you doing? February in Japan, the snow is little by little melting, and the spring is coming soon. Today's topic is Ukraine war will come to an end soon. This is the topic. The Ukraine war will come to an end soon. President Trump fought his election campaign with the slogan that he would end Ukraine war 24 hours when he becomes President of the United States. Of course, 24 hours is a kind of exaggeration, but Trump administration is sure to advance the negotiation with Russia and Ukraine in order to end this stupid war. It was February 22nd, 2022, therefore exactly 3 years ago, that this war began. At first, Russia called this war special military operation, therefore not war, but operation or military training. However, it was literally war, and many young soldiers died on both sides in Russia and in Ukraine. The reason for this war was the fear of Russian people, fear of Russian leader, especially of President Putin, that the Ukraine will be the part of the NATO, the Western military organization. Russian leaders fear that Ukraine will be the part of the NATO. Vladimir Putin said 3 years ago, just before the Ukraine war, that Ukraine is or was the porch, the garden of Russia. Therefore, this territory must not be a part of the Western military international organization, the NATO. Russians, including Vladimir Putin, can never allow Ukraine to enter the NATO. Traditionally, the leadership of the United States induced Ukraine to enter the NATO. Not only Ukraine, but also other Eastern European nations, for example, Poland, Romania, Hungary, and others. And this time, Ukraine. Then, it was, in a sense, natural that President Putin felt the immediate threat from the West when he heard that the Ukraine would belong to the NATO. To put an end to this war, Ukraine war, the United States and of course the Western nations should admit that Ukraine would never be a part of the NATO. The Western countries should admit that, and not only this admission, but also 20% of Ukraine territory is now being occupied by Russians. And this 20% of the previous Ukraine territory should be renounced. Unfortunately, this is the international reality. Already, Russian military and Russian people occupied this 20% of Ukraine, including Crimean Peninsula. Then, if the Western nations were to recover this territory from Russia, then there would be surely the massive destruction. There will be the possibility of nuclear war. Then, of course, the leaders of the United States and other Western nations are not so stupid to take such a risk. And then Trump administration appeared in front of us, and as promised, Trump administration was quick to go to the negotiation with Russia and Ukraine. The defense minister of the United States clearly said that it is unrealistic. It is unrealistic that Russians would withdraw from the territory of the present occupation. It is unrealistic. At the same time, it is also unrealistic that Ukraine would be a part of the NATO in the future. No, it is not realistic, unrealistic totally. When we admit this reality, we can achieve the peace in that part of the world. Ukraine war will come to an end soon, thanks to Trump administration. Then the peace will be brought about in the eastern part of Europe, including Russia, Ukraine, and the world trade will also be normalized. Now, for 3 years, Russia has been suffering from the economic sanction from the West, including Japan, of course. However, if this sanction is taken away, then the global economy will benefit. The natural resources from Russia will freely go to the western part of Europe and other parts again. And the prices of the world commodity also decrease. Then the propensity of inflation will also be calmed. This is good news, isn't it? Look, Ukraine war has brought us nothing but the chaos and the suffering. We should stop it immediately. And Donald Trump is now on the verge of ending this war. We should support him. Thank you.